Africa's investment world. This podcast is brought to you by Daba, your most comprehensive platform for investing in African stocks, bonds, and managed funds. You can download the Daba app on your favorite Google and Apple app stores. The main BRVM indices finished in positive territory. The Composite Index, which tracks all listed companies, closed at 320.19 points. That represents a rise of 0.219% in a single session. For an investor, that means the market as a whole gained value, showing that confidence remains strong. The annual performance also remains solid, with the index up 16% since the start of the year. The BRVM Prestige Index, which highlights the 10 most liquid and best-performing companies, also moved higher. It closed at 133.43 points, up 0.48% for the day. On a yearly basis, the Prestige Index is up more than 16%. This shows strong investor appetite for blue-chip stocks, which are usually safer and more attractive for both institutional and retail investors. And liquidity was strong. Trading value on equities reached 1.16 billion francs CFA, a sharp jump compared to the previous session. For you as an investor, liquidity means the ease of buying and selling shares. The more liquid a market, the easier it is to enter and exit positions without big price swings. Now, let's look at the top gainers of the day. This is where we can see the strongest momentum and best signals for portfolios. Leading the pack, CFAO Motors, Côte d'Ivoire, jumped 6.04% to close at 965 francs CFA per share. Over the past year, the stock has surged 60.83%. For investors, this reflects the strength of the discretionary consumption sector, cars and consumer durables, that a growing middle class is increasingly demanding. If you believe in the expansion of consumer spending in West Africa, CFAO Motors is an important stock to watch. Next, Bank of Africa Benin rose 4.91% to finish at 4,195 francs CFA. On a year-to-date basis, it is up 30.12%. For investors, this highlights how regional banks continue to benefit from strong demand for credit and expanding deposits. Bank of Africa Niger also gained 4% to close at 2,600 francs CFA. Its annual growth is modest at 0.97%, but the day's move signals renewed interest and potential for upside. Another standout was Nestlé Côte d'Ivoire. The stock advanced 3.34% to close at 13,000 francs CFA. Over 12 months, it has delivered a spectacular return of 63.32%. For investors, Nestlé is a textbook example of a multinational brand well anchored in the region. Its products touch daily consumption, giving it both stability and growth. Finally, Onatel Burkina Faso rose 2.78% to close at 2,400 francs CFA. On a yearly basis, it is up 4.58%. This shows resilience in the telecommunications sector, a pillar for digital transformation in the region. Not every stock followed the upward trend. Let's turn to the day's biggest losers. Sicor Côte d'Ivoire dropped 7.38% to close at 3,700 francs CFA. For investors, this is a reminder that some stocks remain volatile and require careful analysis before investing. SMB Côte d'Ivoire lost 6.88%, closing at 9,200 francs CFA. Despite still being up 6.91% for the year, the sharp drop could reflect profit-taking after previous gains. Uniwax Côte d'Ivoire declined 6.45% to 870 francs CFA. Yet over the past year, it remains one of the best performers, with a gain of 112.20%. For you as an investor, this is an important lesson. Even the strongest performers can experience temporary corrections. Tractafric Motors, Côte d'Ivoire, and CFAO also fell, though by smaller margins. Looking at sector performance gives us a clearer view of which areas are driving the market. Discretionary consumption jumped 1.94%, boosted by CFAO Motors. This shows that demand for more sophisticated goods and services is growing. The basic consumption sector also gained, supported by Nestlé. This is a vital sector since it covers everyday products for households, and strong performance here signals resilience even in uncertain times. The financial sector, the largest on the BRVM, also posted a modest rise, reflecting investor confidence in the banking system. By contrast, energy and industrials declined slightly, showing that not all sectors are benefiting equally. This highlights the importance of diversification across sectors for a well-balanced portfolio. Let's now turn to the bond market, where activity was also strong. More than 3 million francs CFA were exchanged in value, a sharp increase compared to the day before. Remember, bonds are debt securities issued by states or companies. Buying a bond means lending money in exchange for regular interest payments. Bonds are generally less risky than stocks, and they provide predictable income. On September 3rd, trading covered several issues, including 10-year and 8-year bonds from Mali, Senegal, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Most offered annual interest rates between 6% and 7%. For investors, these bonds are attractive for generating steady income while diversifying away from equities. For example, Senegal has a 10-year bond maturing in 2033 with a coupon rate of 6.35%. That means if you invest 10,000 francs CFA, you receive about 635 francs CFA in interest every year until maturity. This makes bonds a foundation for conservative investors or anyone seeking predictable returns. A notable highlight was the first listing of a social bond issued by CRH with a coupon of 6% and a 15-year maturity. Social bonds are special because they finance projects with positive social impact, such as housing. For investors, this is an opportunity to combine financial return with social good. So, what does all this mean for you? As an investor, it means the market today offers a valuable combination: dynamic stocks in banking and consumption, alongside stable bonds providing regular income. For entrepreneurs, households, and young professionals, the rise in key indices sends a signal of confidence, encouraging new investments and opportunities. And this is where Daba Pro becomes essential. With Daba Pro, you get weekly stock recommendations, exclusive analysis, lower fees for investing, and data that help you build your wealth with confidence. With Daba Pro, you're not just following the markets, you're staying ahead of them. That's all for today's episode. Thanks for listening to the Daba Markets Talk podcast. We'll be back tomorrow with another update. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating, follow us, and share with friends. Remember, this information is for educational purposes. Always do your own research or consult with a financial advisor before making investment decisions. And download the Daba app on your App Store to start investing in African stocks, bonds, and manage portfolios through your phone and find other helpful content. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing your financial knowledge.